Spurs fans, all signs point to Giannis being traded soon. But should San Antonio be the destination? What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Hope you've been having a great week. My apologies. I've been very sick the last couple of days, but finally feeling better. And in the interim, I've missed an incredible victory against the Magic. Well, I didn't miss it, but I was not able to call that game with you guys. And of course, there have been a ton of rumors about Giannis possibly getting traded to the San Antonio Spurs. My question to you, Spurs fans: do the Spurs need Giannis? I'll answer that in a few moments, but I want to talk about our team. What is the Spurs' biggest strength right now? My opinion, our depth. This is a deep team. We are 15-6 because so many different guys have stepped up throughout the season. If we trade for Giannis, all signs point to that we're going to have to give up at least 2 to 3 players plus a ton of picks. So I wanted to get to some trade proposals right now that are floating around on the internet and see how it would possibly affect the team, which one makes sense, etc. Trade package number 1 from Air Alamo. De'Aaron Fox, and there's an asterisk there because he can't be traded until February 4th of next year, right before the All-Star break. But he could be traded at that time. So Air Alamo suggests De'Aaron Fox plus either Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper. If this happened, taking 2 of our 3 guards, that would absolutely nuke our backcourt depth. And that depth has been much needed because each one of those guys, Fox, Castle, and Harper, have been injured at some point this season. This is definitely no for me. I don't want to trade Castle either. Miss TSR is a huge Castle man. Obviously, would be traumatized if the Spurs traded Stephon Castle, to say the least. How about ESPN? Well, they also have us trading Stephon Castle, Harrison Barnes, Kelly Olynyk, and Jordan McLaughlin. Again, this is 4 players for 1. I think this nukes our depth a bit. That takes 2 starters out. Granted, Giannis is a starter, so he's in the starting lineup. And 2 other players that have chipped in when needed. Now, out of these 4 guys, we lose 3 players that can help space the floor. I don't like it. And I know I'm a bit of a homer here with trading somebody we drafted in Stephon Castle, but losing a lot of this 3-point shooting, I'm not really big on ESPNs. What else we got out there? Clutch points. Of course, first-round picks again. Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, and Jeremy Sochan. I gotta say, this one includes a player or players that I've seen a lot of Spurs fans want gone. So you know what? We'll roll with this one and see what the team looks like if this trade happens. Because a lot of people have said trade Jeremy. There's still people on the trade Devin train. There's even people that say move on from Castle now while his trade value is high. So let's use this one since this has the most folks that I see getting pushed out the door at various intervals throughout the season. What does our roster look like if this trade happens? Well, our starters, I presume, would be Fox and Harper, Barnes, Giannis, and Wemby. That's a pretty darn good starting lineup. Maybe Harper would come off the bench, maybe not. But that's a pretty good lineup. I would question floor spacing, but Fox this year is shooting, at a 38% clip. Harper's shown the ability to hit the threes. He is at about 33%, but he's not horrible. Barnes, of course, north of 40. Giannis, at this moment of time, is north of 40% from 3. And Wemby, I don't know where he is at this point, 33, 34%. But I'm not so sure floor spacing would be a big issue with this lineup. Obviously, you got the Twin Towers 2.0. Okay, I guess I can get on board with the starting lineup. And you have two primary ball handlers of Fox and Harper, 2 guys that are not afraid to shoot in the 4th quarter when we need a shot. So there's some good things happening with the starting lineup. Okay, I get it. I see the excitement. What's our bench look like? The main reserves. Jordan McLaughlin running the second unit. Carter Bryant has shown flashes, but I don't know if he's ready for substantial minutes, like 20 to 25 a game. Champagnie has been solid for the most part, especially as a spot starter. Keldon has embraced the 6-man type role, so I love what he's doing, and we all know what Luke can do. So I don't think our bench is as strong in this scenario as it has been. It's not horrible, but okay. And what else we got left on the roster after this? David Jones-Garcia, and I have an asterisk on David Jones-Garcia because he is on a 2-way contract. Correct me if I'm wrong, Spurs fans. Because of that, he cannot play more than 41 games. However, with the roster shrinking, if this Giannis trade happens, maybe they promote him to a standard contract, and it doesn't matter. We round out the bench with Lindy Waters, Kelly Olynyk, and Bismack Biyombo. Can we throw him in there? No? Okay. When I look at this, My concern, of course, are depth with all the injuries not only the Spurs are dealing with this year, but just the NBA in general. I know you're going to say, TSR, you just can't bank on players being injured. I'm not, but it's just a reality this season. People are dropping like flies, and depth is important, which is, again, why I think we are 15-6, because we've had good depth that has been able to make up for all the injuries that the team has sustained so far. If one of these guys goes down, who steps up? Like if Fox or Harper goes down, who gets put in the starting lineup? Champagnie again? Probably. I'm on the fence with this. I can see the appeal with that starting lineup. Even if you're not starting Harper, maybe you have him run the second unit and Champagnie stay as a starter. You know, he's a three-point shooter. That would actually help the floor spacing a little bit because Champagnie is around a 38% three-point shooter this year, 38, 39. I don't remember exactly, and it gives us a little more size. All right. I see the appeal. I do. I really do. But I have concerns with depth and injuries, and not to mention, most importantly, Giannis is actually injured as we speak with, what else? A calf injury. I don't get it. We've talked about this before on the channel. What is with all the calf injuries in the NBA? It's astounding the amount that's taking down stars, role players. It's boggling my mind. Giannis, by the way, out for a few weeks. I circle back. Is this a championship team? Maybe for the very short term. Giannis is 31. He's been playing in the league since he's 19. He's got a lot of miles on that body in, 13 years? I gotta say, Spurs fans, I like what San Antonio is doing right now. Building, except for De'Aaron Fox, building through the draft and the free agents. But, they're still building through the draft with our young core, and we have the free agents in trade that we made. I like what I'm seeing from the Spurs. And my answer, do the Spurs need Giannis, is still a no. I think it's a short-term answer. Maybe the Spurs do win a championship or two immediately. Then what happens when he gets older? Not to mention the fact his contract. We haven't even talked about salary. Giannis has a huge contract. I think in a year or two he's going to be making over $60 million a year. How do you balance his contract with De'Aaron Fox's max contract and Wemby's soon-to-be rookie extension? Not to mention the fact Dylan Harper is going to have a big contract coming up as a second overall pick in a few years. There's a lot of things to juggle contract-wise, and this is another reason why I don't think it works out. And another question you could ask as I'm sitting here going off on a tangent, will he play second fiddle to Wemby? Giannis has been the guy in Milwaukee for the last decade. Is he going to come into San Antonio and say, yeah, I'll be the beta, he's the alpha? I don't know. Another question is, it seems like he might want to come to a big market, like a New York or an LA. I love our Spurs, a big market. They are not. So there's a lot of question marks there. I don't see it happening. I fully understand why many of you want this to happen. I'm not naive to that. I see the potential, and I do think they could maybe win a championship or two. But as Giannis ages out, and his big thing is his physical ability, his physical gifts, as those start to decline as he gets older, I just think it seems like a win now move. And I know there's the fan base that says, TSR, we have to win now because we're worried about Wemby and how long of a career he's going to have. I get that too. But I still, I don't like it. There's just a part of me that says if it doesn't feel Spursy, to try to build the super team right now and win now, that's not us. That's not. That's the Lakers and other franchises. We build something. We're looking to build a dynasty. Even if Wemby does have a short career, let's say 10 to 12 years. I originally projected in an earlier video, I don't know when that guy did it, that I think Wemby, because of his height, will probably have a 12 to 15-year career. Let's say it's a little short of that, 10 to 12. Let's build a 10 to 12-year dynasty instead of look at a shorter time period of a 2 to 3-year dynasty. If it happens, hey, I'll be on board. I'll be rooting for it. I'll be rooting for Twin Towers 2.0. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be very happy with the team as it is. Drop a comment down below, guys, your thoughts. Do you want Giannis? What would you be willing, or what do you want to see the Spurs give up for him? Or are you kind of where I am, where you're like, you know what? We're winning now. We're not even at 100%. Let's see what we have with these guys. Let's not make the jump to light speed and jump off the bridge with our eyes closed, or jump into the swimming pool with our eyes closed and not knowing if there's water there. Let's see what we have now. I truly think we have something special, and we're winning without Wemby and Castle. Let's keep going with what we have. Let's not pull a Lakers move or the Heat bringing in their super team. Let's not do what these other teams have done, and we've seen it fail a lot. I keep mentioning the Lakers. Remember LeBron, AD, and Westbrook? That was the worst super team of all time. Easily, in my opinion. Sure, it's worked for other teams. I just don't want us to go down that route. I think we have something good right now. And there's all those other intangibles I talked about that I think that could go wrong with the salary cap situation. Will these two mesh on the court? Who will take the back seat to the other guy? There's a lot of questions to be answered on that, and I don't think right now the juice is worth the squeeze. The amount of players you're going to have to give up and the draft capital. That's all I got on that. I will be live tonight for the Cavaliers game at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I am feeling well enough. Again, I'm sorry I missed that game against the Magic. It was absolutely a fantastic game. I did watch it from start to finish, but my throat was on fire that night, and I absolutely could not do live play-by-play, and I wish I was there with you to watch the ending, to see Kornet with that big block, and then to see him do the Hogan pose, and then just screaming how excited the team was. And that's why I don't want to mess things up. That's why I don't want to muddle things up, because look how I love what we're doing, and I worry making a big move like this could derail everything. Or maybe it would make us better. I don't know. Also, real quick, not Spurs related, I will be live tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I've mentioned this before. I want to plug this because it's a wonderful channel. It's Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics. I will be on there as Philobox Comics, my comic book channel. This is a non-profit comic book channel that does wonderful things for charity, but also is going to be doing 2 giveaways on Saturday. To give away, I think, 6 comic books halfway during the show and 6 at the end of the show. Just, to do that type of give back to the community and be charitable, it's just a wonderful channel, which is why I want to be on it. I love what they're doing over there. I'll be on for about 90 minutes showing off my slab collection of comic books. So I'd love to see you in that. I'm going to drop a comment. I'm going to put the link in the comments down below. Even if you can't make it, it'd be great if you just run over there real quick, hit the thumbs up. I would love to see him break a record for a live stream for thumbs up. I don't think he's hit 100 thumbs up on one of these live shows yet. He gets close. He's got a great audience, but it's tough on a Saturday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. A lot of people are busy, out and about, etc. So if you get a moment, go over there, smash the thumbs up, and if you can make it tomorrow, would love to see you in there. That's all I got. Ready for the Spurs and Cavs tonight. Might be tough if Kornet's out, but man, I love this team. I believe in what we're doing, and I wouldn't change a thing. Even Mitch. That's all I got. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to become part of our awesome Spurs community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs go.